Hey, and welcome to this episode of Match Betting Uncovered, brought to you by ProfitDuel. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive to demystify one of the fastest-growing financial strategies, really, in the United States, matched betting.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible how many Americans are looking for smart ways to supplement their income. I saw a survey, something like 39% of us have some kind of side hustle going on. And match betting is, well, it's rapidly emerging as this powerful, maybe slightly under the radar strategy. It's taking off across the nation. Essentially, it's about turning sportsbook promotions into real, consistent profit. Yeah. But we know you, our listener, you probably have some pretty crucial questions about it, especially, is it legal? What even is it really?
Exactly. And our mission for this deep dive is really to tackle those most common questions head on. Because, there's a lot of chatter, maybe some misinformation out there. And the one we hear probably the most often, and you could argue it's the most important, is simply, is matched betting legal in the U.S.? So let's clear that up right away.
Okay, let's get into it. So that fundamental question, the one that's, often the first hurdle for anyone thinking about this, is matched betting actually legal in the U.S.? What's the definitive answer here?
Right, the big question. And the definitive answer is yes, absolutely. Matched betting is completely legal. It uses what's often called the Dutching process.
Dutching, okay.
Yeah, it basically means you're placing multiple calculated bets covering all possible outcomes of an event, usually across different platforms. This ensures a guaranteed return. Well, it covers your bases regardless of the final result. That's how the risk is neutralized.
So it's fully legitimate then, but are there conditions, like who can actually access it?
Yeah, that's a crucial point. To get involved in match betting, you absolutely must be in a state where online sports betting itself is legal. That's the first thing. And importantly, where there's a decent pool of online sportsbooks available, you need options.
Right, need those different platforms.
Exactly. If those conditions are met, then yes, making money with match betting is 100% legal and honestly achievable for you. And just for context, matched betting platforms, the really commonplace, totally accepted in places like the UK, Australia, for years now. And they're growing really fast here in the US. We only expect it to keep booming as more states open up to sports betting. It's becoming a really legitimate financial strategy.
That's a really strong point about it being established elsewhere. It's not some brand new, untested idea. So, okay, given this boom, where exactly can people, step onto this playing field right now? Where can they start?
Good question. Right now, there are 31 states, plus Washington, D.C., that allow online sports betting, which means matched betting is possible there, too. The list includes Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, D.C., West Virginia, and Wyoming. Phew.
That's quite the list.
It is. Now, while all these states permit it, the number of sportsbooks available can be quite different state to state.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that means the overall profit potential might be, potentially easier or higher in some states than others. Just depends on the competition between sportsbooks.
That makes sense. It's incredible growth, though, in such a short time. But with this rapid expansion here in the U.S., are there any specific things about the U.S. market people should know? Maybe about the offers themselves.
Yeah, that raises a really important point, actually, about the unique situation here. Matched betting is still pretty much in its infancy in the U.S. compared to, say, Europe. And the really interesting insight here is why the offers are often so generous. You see, the sportsbooks, they're in this intense battle for market share, especially in newly legalized states.
Trying to grab customers.
Exactly. So they throw out these really lucrative sign-up bonuses, often with fewer restrictive terms than you might see elsewhere, just to get new users like you signed up. This creates this kind of golden window for matched bettors. It probably won't last forever at this level, but right now it's good. And the growth really tells the story. The number of states allowing sports betting online and offline is up to 38 now. That's up from just 28 in June 2023.
Wow.
Yeah, and it keeps going. We expect states like Oklahoma, Georgia, Minnesota, Missouri, they're all kind of looking likely to join the party soon. It just shows how popular this whole landscape is becoming.
Wow, that generosity point is genuinely surprising, but it makes total sense with the market competition. So if I understand right, even if I live somewhere where betting isn't allowed, maybe a quick trip somewhere else could open this up. Which brings us to another question we hear a lot. Do you actually have to live in a state, be a resident, to do matched betting there?
Right, yeah, common question. And the short answer, which might surprise people, is a definite NO. Yeah. The only thing that matters is that you are physically present in that state when you place the bets. Sportsbooks use this technology, it's called geocomply, to check your location.
Geocomply, yeah.
And it's not just like checking your internet IP address, it's more sophisticated. It uses GPS, Wi-Fi signals, cell data. It pinpoints where you are pretty precisely, like down to a few feet. It ensures they're sticking to the state rules.
That is amazing flexibility. So just to paint a picture,
Yeah.
say I live in, I don't know, a state with only one or two options. I could genuinely travel to another state, work through their offers, and then just head home with the profit.
That's exactly it. The real beauty here is that freedom, that flexibility it gives you. Let's use your example. Maybe you live in Florida, where online sports betting right now is pretty limited, just one main sports book. It is perfectly legal for you to, say, drive up the coast, maybe spend the summer in New Jersey. While you're there, you work through all those more generous New Jersey sportsbook promos, and then you return home to Florida with real, actual profit in your pocket. You didn't have to change your address, didn't become a resident. You just needed to be physically there when you click the buttons.
Okay, that's a game changer for a lot of people, I bet. Now, let's tackle maybe the biggest myth, the one that hangs around matched betting. It's a big one. Is it gambling? I know a lot of listeners, their gut reaction might be, well, yeah, of course it is. What's the actual truth?
You're absolutely right. That's probably the #1 misconception we have to clear up. And our straightforward, unequivocal answer is absolutely not.
Okay, why not?
The fundamental difference lies in the mechanics of it, particularly how you use a betting exchange to lay a bet that means betting against an outcome that's the same outcome you've backed or bet for with the sports book.
Right, back and lay.
Exactly. It's this mathematical pairing. It ensures you essentially cancel out the risk. You're turning the sportsbook's promotion, their free money offer, into a guaranteed profit no matter who wins the game. It's much closer to, say, financial arbitrage than it is to placing a bet and just hoping. You're not really leaving it to chance.
That distinction, the back and lay covering all bases, that seems key. And I guess these promotional offers, they come in different flavors.
They do, yeah. You mainly see a couple of types. There's the free bet. That's like a credit the sportsbook gives you. If your bet with it wins, you get the profit, but you don't get the value of the free bet stake back. Then there's the risk-free bet. This is where if your first cash bet loses, the sportsbook refunds your stake, usually as, you guessed it, another free bet credit. And with matched betting, our strategy just adapts slightly for each type, but the goal is the same: systematically convert both kinds of offers into actual cash, regardless of the final score. So yeah, just to hammer it home, it's a legitimate financial strategy. It can genuinely help you reach goals, saving for a car, maybe a wedding, that dream vacation, whatever it is for you. It's actually kind of worth pausing just to think how, well, revolutionary that concept is, taking something normally seen as chance, like sports betting offers, and just systematically extracting guaranteed value from it.
Okay, so let's tie this together for the listener. Considering everything we've just discussed, it's not gambling, it's totally legal where sports betting is allowed, and it's surprisingly accessible across a lot of the U.S. Is matched betting something you, listening now, should genuinely consider?
Well, look, if you live in the USA, you've got access to the internet, obviously, and you're looking for a side hustle, something that can bring in consistent profits each month just in your spare time, then yeah, matched betting is absolutely something you should explore. And it's really important to stress, you don't need any prior betting experience at all. You definitely don't need to be some kind of math genius.
Ah, okay, good. No calculus required.
None. And you don't need, tons and tons of hours to pour into it every week either. That's where platforms like ProfitDuel come in. They exist basically to simplify the whole thing. They give you all the software, the strategies, the support, everything you need to potentially earn thousands per month right from home. We've honestly seen so many people do this. Busy parents needing extra cash, students saving up. It's really empowering when you see folks turn these online offers into actual financial progress. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Really, over 500,000 people in the US and Europe combined have found success with this method.
You really make it sound quite straightforward. Yeah. But are there any, common sticking points? Or maybe mistakes someone totally new might make, even with good tools?
That's fair. While the tools make it way simpler, there is still, a little bit of a learning curve at the very start. Just understanding the different offer types, how to track things carefully. That can feel like a hurdle initially for some. But honestly, that's exactly why structured resources are so valuable. So for anyone listening who thinks this sounds like it might be a good fit, platforms like ProfitDuel, as I mentioned, They're designed to simplify that process. They give you the tools, the step-by-step strategies that kind of cut through the complexity. It makes those first steps, like earning your first $100, surprisingly straightforward. And you can usually find resources, maybe like introductory trials to help guide you through, or even free guides that just outline those first crucial steps.
It really is remarkable how accessible this is and how legitimately profitable it can be for so many different people, especially, yeah, with the right guidance.
Absolutely. And just thinking about the bigger picture again, given that matched betting here in the US is still relatively young compared to Europe, which means, as we said, those offers are generally much more generous right now. And you add to that the fact that more and more states keep legalizing sports betting. Well, it really does present this kind of unique window of opportunity, doesn't it, right now, for building up some consistent side income. It makes you think, what might be the real advantage of jumping in now while the offers are so good and the whole landscape is still expanding, rather than, say, waiting until the market matures and maybe those offers get a bit tighter? It's definitely something strategic to consider.
That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.